Welcome to Asian Institute of Computer Studies. Whether you are an incoming freshman, a transferee, or a returning student, you are an important part of our college community, and we are very pleased that you have chosen Asian Institute of Computer Studies to help guide and provide you with advanced and comprehensive computer education. We have designed this presentation in order to impart to new students all the basic information they need to know about AICS. For the old students, this kind of information will constantly remind them of the important rules on their student life. It would do well for you to get acquainted with school policies at the earliest opportunity. This way, you can contribute to orderly and efficient operation of the Institute and thus make your stay here academically fruitful and enjoyable. Also, upon enrolling at AICS, you enter into an agreement with the college entailing certain duties, obligations, and responsibilities. And in turn, you are entitled to certain rights related to academic freedom and student life. Take advantage in making use of the facilities and services the school has. The officials of the Institute, the faculty, and the staff are ever ready to assist you, especially when you need help and advice. Lastly, we pray that the wisdom you get from Asian Institute of Computer Studies will develop you into a worthy Christian, now as a student and later on as a professional. The academic year consists of 2 semesters and 1 summer. The number of school days per semester and per summer term is contained in the school calendar, which is approved and issued annually by the TESDA-CHED. The TESDA-CHED prescribes that the school term for collegiate courses should not be less than 36 weeks or 18 weeks a semester of normally 6 school days each, exclusive of approved vacations and including registration days, legal and special holidays, and days for special activities. In any case, the total number of the days on which regular sessions are held should not be less than 200 days per school year or 100 days each semester. The summer term shall consist of 6 weeks. Policy on student attendance. Every student is required to attend not less than 80% of the total class hours for a given subject enrolled in a semester or term to earn corresponding credits. A student with an aggregate absence exceeding 20% of the total class hours for a given subject is considered dropped from the roster of the active students before the midterm exams, or a failing mark after the midterm exams. However, absences with valid reasons can be referred to the academic head through the guidance officer for proper action. Necessary documents and certificates must support such appeals. The school reserves the right to act favorably or unfavorably on this. Students may be allowed to be late for 15 minutes in the first period and 5 minutes in the succeeding periods of one shift or session, and are marked tardy. Students who are late beyond the time specified above are considered absent, but may be allowed by the professor to be in class up to 20 minutes allowance of being late. 3 occurrences of tardiness shall be equivalent to 1 absence. Short absences, any student who has been absent from class must present an excuse slip, properly signed by the student and his or her parent or guardian, to the respective instructors or professors for their information and signature, and must be forwarded to the guidance office for future reference. School services and facilities. The college library contains an adequate collection of books and periodicals to serve the needs of the students and the faculty. Also, they can make use of the multimedia for general references at minimal charge. All AICS bona fide students are entitled to free hands-on. The students are regularly provided with supplemental computer seminars to keep them abreast of the latest in computer technology. An annual physical checkup is required of every student. Clinic services are available to students daily on specified hours. Grading system. The following is the rating system, which is given only during the final grading. 1.1, 96 to 100%. 1.25, 94 to 95%. 1.5, 92 to 93%. 1.75, 89 to 91%. 2, 87 to 88%. 2.25, 84 to 86%. 2.5, 80 to 83%. 2.75, 78 to 79%. 3, 75 to 77%. 5, failure. INC, incomplete. DR, dropped. Other marks which may be given in the final grading periods are as follows. INC, incomplete. A grade of incomplete is given to a student lacking in subject requirements or has no final exam. DR, withdrawal with permission. This mark is given to students who, after enrolling, withdraws formally all the subjects or any single subject duly signed and recognized by the instructor 2 weeks after the start of classes. UW, unauthorized withdrawal of enrollment. This mark is given to students who did not give proper notice to the Office of the Registrar or without accomplishing the necessary documents required by the school. All unpaid accounts for the semester shall be charged. F means failed and is usually written or encircled in red ink. Computation for getting the periodic grade. Class standing times 2 plus major exam equals periodic grade 3. Class standing include 10% for the attendance, 40% for the quizzes, 30% for the recitation or any equivalent, 20% for the assignments, seat works, machine works, case study, etc. Computation for getting the final grade. Preliminary grade plus midterm grade plus final grade equals final rating and its numeric equivalent. On completion of grade, A. In case of incomplete grade in the final grading period, completion can be done only within the following semester. In case of incomplete grade in the final grading period, students have only 1 year to comply with the requirement of completion. Failure to do so will entail a final grade of 5 on the said subject. B. Student who failed to take the major examination on the regular schedule due to valid reason may be allowed to take special examination with special examination permit. C. In case of incomplete grade in a grading period, completion can be done only 1 week after the scheduled exams or on a specific day allowed by the management. In case of incomplete grade in a grading period, completion can be done only 1 week after the scheduled exams or at a specified period of time allocated by the management. Failure to comply with the requirements for completion within the specified period would automatically mean a grade of 50% or the currently approved floor or lowest grade for the specific area where the student failed to comply. Scholarship grants. Students can avail of scholarship or discount on matriculation through AICS scholarship programs or grants provided by NGOs or government institutions. Guidance services. Guidance and counseling. Guidance and counseling is an integral part of the education program of AICS. It aims to help develop the total personality of the students. Spiritual guidance and religious service. The students are encouraged to participate regularly in the celebration of the Holy Eucharist every first Friday of the month. Group Study Program. A group of students with common academic problems can avail of group study sessions with the concerned instructors during consultation hours under the supervision of the Guidance Office. Job Placement Program. AICS gives assistance to its graduates by helping them find satisfactory employment after graduation. The Placement Bureau informs its students and graduates of any job opportunities it obtains from business corporations and government agencies. OJT Deployment Program. The curriculum requires students to undergo on-the-job training as basis for graduating in any of our course offerings. The Guidance Office implements its Skills-Related OJT Deployment Program, or SRODP, where students are assigned to companies where their learned skills are practiced and expounded. Psychological testing. Students undergo psychological tests under close observation by guidance counselors and provided assistance based on the results. Seminar workshop. The Guidance Office conducts various seminars within the period of one school year. These are socially related topics or information which will guide our students in coping with the challenges of social life and their environment. Seminars and workshops. Team Building Seminar. To develop values, attitudes, leadership potentials of the students. It also promotes their creativity, group cohesiveness, and socialization that would greatly help them in their adjustment to college life. Seminar on Disaster Preparedness and Awareness of Basic Safety Measure. To provide necessary information on what to do in case of disaster, calamities, and emergency situations. To provide information on basic first aid tips in case of emergencies. Fire drill and earthquake drill. To orient and train the students on the things they have to do in case of fire, earthquake, and other emergency situations. Job induction seminar with enhancement of oneself seminar. To help and assist the graduating students in adjusting to their present and future educational activities. To initiate suitable and satisfying employment plan. To improve intra- and interpersonal relationships. Career Motivation Seminar. To help the students understand the importance of their chosen career and its relevance to the present and future world of high technology. Coping with college life. To assist and help the students adjust to their college life and be able to learn how to manage their time wisely. This covers the topics coping mechanisms, study habits, and time management. This would definitely help the students adjust to their college life. Coping with teenage problems. To help students in crisis on how to deal with their emotional problems and avoid causes of depression among teens. Cyber life among teenagers. To help students in being aware of the benefits and dangers of internet usage. To learn the ethical standards of internet and its consequences. Drug Awareness Seminar. To provide students with important information on the dangers of drug use and abuse and how these drugs affect their minds and bodies, lives and families. To educate students about various drugs, how each is classified and the dangers of using these substances. Human intimacy, courtship, and dating. Provide the students essential information on how to establish positive relationships with the opposite sex and prepare and guide them to a more meaningful life. Spiritual Enhancement Seminar. To provide a revenue for spiritual enhancement. Rules and regulations. Students are expected to comply with the rules and regulations of the school. Failure to do so constitutes sufficient grounds for their separation from the college. Although the college cannot be held responsible for students' conduct outside the school premises, it can still be a cause for dismissal. Violation of the internal rules and regulations set hereinto is sufficient grounds for suspension or expulsion, depending upon the nature and/or frequency of the offense. Students are required to wear the prescribed uniform upon entering the school premises, otherwise they are not allowed entry to the campus. Identification cards should always be worn inside the school premises. Lost ID should be reported to the registrar for proper action. Students shall not stay in the school premises beyond class hours, except when required by the school authorities and with the proper indication of purposes. Students can stay in the faculty room only during consultation hours. Unnecessary noises in the school premises must be minimized. Students waiting for their next class are advised to go and study in the library. They are not allowed to stay in the vacant classrooms. No student shall post any announcement without first obtaining permission and signature from the proper school officials. Tampering of bulletin board announcement is prohibited and subject to disciplinary action. In case of emergency, brownouts, students are advised to remain in the classrooms until further instructions from the school head. Group movements or traffic between class periods should be made with minimum noise. Refrain from staying along corridors to avoid congestion during these times. Students are expected to respect all school properties. Classrooms must be kept clean and tidy. Writing boards and markers are used for instructional purpose only. Do not write or step on classroom furniture and walls. Turning off the lights and electric fans after each class and before leaving the room. Classification of offenses. Major offenses: fighting with or without deadly weapon, fighting or physical assault with or without deadly weapon. Drunkenness, causing disturbance within the school premises while under the influence of intoxicating liquor, to prejudice of good order and discipline and reflecting discredit to the school. Indecency. Immoral actions, doing any immoral act such as exposure of any private parts of the body in the presence of ladies or males repugnant to good morals, caught in the act of petting, necking, etc. Possession of pornographic materials, accessing prohibited websites. Insubordination, acts of insubordination against persons in authority to prejudice of good order and discipline and reflecting discredit to the school. Molestation, molesting an employee, faculty, member, or official of the school or fellow students to the prejudice of good order and discipline and reflecting discredit to the school. Falsification, falsification, foregoing, altering, tampering, or destroying any school record, official document, or use of any false or forged school credentials and documents for any purpose. Libel, any defamatory utterances or publications tending to cause the dishonor, discredit, or contempt of another person. Gambling inside the school premises. Robbery, unlawful taking of properties belonging to another with intent to gain by means of violence against or intimidation of any person or using force upon anything. Estafa or theft, committing estafa or theft to the prejudice of good order and discipline and discredit to the school. Smoking, smoking inside the school premises to the prejudice of others' health and to the property of the school. Habitual delinquency, committing the same or similar offenses under Section 2 for 2 or more times during the academic year. Any form of vandalism, including destruction of property, destroying or damaging school property through neglect, carelessness, or malice. Writing, drawing on walls, desks, chairs, and surfaces not intended for that purpose. Removing, destroying, or altering signs, posters, announcements, and other display written or posted on bulletin boards, buildings, walls, or writing boards, also writing on them. Unauthorized use of the school name, unauthorized use of the school name reflecting discredit to the school. Fraternities, sororities, unauthorized organizations and/or fraternities, or conducting unauthorized group activities. Unauthorized holding of meeting and gathering, unauthorized holding of meetings and gatherings within the school premises. Releasing, printing, or issuing any publications. Releasing, printing, or issuing any publications purporting to be official or involving the name of the school without the permission of the school head. Disciplinary actions for major offenses. Suspension, suspension for 1 academic year, 1 semester, etc. Dismissal, dismissal with transfer credentials. Expulsion, expulsion from the school, subject to the approval of the president. This penalty debars an offending student from seeking admission to any public or private school recognized by the government. Such other disciplinary measures provided by the school. Minor offenses. Cheating during examination. The act of looking, talking to neighbors, making use or attempting to use notes and other materials not authorized by the instructor, and giving aid or receiving aid from others during examination will be construed as cheating. The student concerned shall automatically be given a grade of 5 for that specific examination. Wearing of earrings by male students within the school premises. Long and untidy hair. Colored hair. Chewing gums. Chewing gums is strictly prohibited within the premises. Spitting and littering. Spitting and littering anywhere within the school premises. Coming to school not in the prescribed and complete uniform or in proper attire during regular class days. Failure to wear the school's official ID. Failure to wear the school's official identification card inside the school premises. Students should refrain from wearing the following attire: plunging neckline, see-through, spaghetti straps or sleeveless, hanging blouses, backless or tubes, mini skirts, slippers, sandals. Disrespect or any discourtesies or ill manners towards fellow students, instructors, and other persons in authority. Failure to settle library obligations. Violation of laboratories and library regulations. Loitering within the school premises, such along corridors and stairways. Eating in unauthorized places such as the library, laboratories, classrooms, etc. Using and charging of cell phones and other electronic items inside the classrooms and laboratories. Disciplinary actions for minor offenses. First offense, verbal warning. Second offense, probation status with parent or guardian consent. Third offense, curtailment of student privileges, disqualification of honors. Fourth offense, suspension for 1 week or other disciplinary measures provided by the school. Parents' contribution. Monitor exam results, quizzes, and projects. School visitation and phone calls. Encouragement and moral support. Special Program Department. Activities. English Enhancement Program. Intramurals. Graduation. English Enhancement Program. The English instructors in every branch are required to conduct election of officers for the English Enhancement Program or EEP Club. The club is required to have their own bulletin board. All instructors are required to conduct a 5-minute English speaking time before the start of every class. All the students, faculty members, and administration personnel and staff are required to use English as medium of communication in all parts of the campus during Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, except inside the guidance office and comfort rooms. All freshmen will take English diagnostic examination this prelim period to evaluate their proficiency in the English subject. Then, they will take the same examination in the final period to determine the learning progress. Monthly schedule of EEP activities. June, poetry writing. July, essay writing. August, declamation. September, spelling bee. November, Halloween decorations. December, Christmas decorations. February, Valentine programs. Intramurals. There will be a 4-day intramurals in every branch. The interbranch intramurals will be held at the Marikina Sports Complex. Events: basketball, volleyball, badminton, sepak takraw, table tennis, chess, dart, cheer dance, dance sport, street dance, lawn tennis, long jump, 4x100-meter relay run, 100-meter run, 200-meter run, 400-meter run. Academic events: Java, Oracle, Cisco, oration, poem, and essay. Graduation. AICS graduation ceremonies are divided into 3 events. Central Graduation for AICS Central Branches. North Graduation for AICS North Branches. South Graduation for AICS South Branches. Academic Awards. 2-year courses with highest honor, with high honor, with honor. BS courses, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, cum laude. Special awards, Best in Computer Science, Best in Computer Technology, Best BIM, Best in Java, Best in Oracle, Best in Cisco, Best in Solaris, Best in EEP, Leadership Award, Service Award. Graduation requirements. The appropriate degree or title will be conferred upon a student who has complied with the following criteria. 1. All academic and non-academic requirements. 2. Cleared of all financial and school obligations. 3. Formal application for a title or degree filed with the Office of the Dean and the Registrar. Please refer to the Student Handbook for the policy on honors and awards. Your respective area managers will check and validate the list of awardees. Administration, registration procedure, clearance, secure final rating report. Proceed in the assessment area to determine the subjects to enroll using the course status report, which is SRS generated, and fees. Completely fill up the registration form. Secure a deposit slip from the cashiers, then proceed to the bank. Afterwards, present the deposit slip to the AICS cashier for issuance of OR. Confirmation of enrollment by the registrar. Mode of payment, cash, installment. Schedule of payments for installment basis. 25% of the total fees upon enrollment. 25% of the total fees before the preliminary examination. 25% of the total fees before the midterm examination. 25% of the total fees before the final examination to complete the total payment. Procedure and guidelines for payment through banks. Request assessment of payment for tuition fee, uniform, and other related school fees from authorized AICS cashier or reception personnel who will provide you a deposit slip for bank payment. Upon receipt of the deposit slip, please check and make sure that the following information are properly filled up: bank name, account number, account name, amount, student number. Should you find any discrepancy on the above information, do not proceed with the deposit, but instead call immediately the central hotline number 430-0040 or send text to 0905-319-6005. Then personally report the matter to the branch administrator. Proceed to the bank and present the deposit slip with your payment to authorized bank teller only. Check if your deposit slip was properly validated. Present your validated deposit slip to authorized AICS cashier or reception personnel for issuance of official receipt. Always demand for your official receipt. If refused, immediately call or report using the above hotline or send text. Note: the above procedures and guidelines are posted on all AICS branches for proper implementation. The parents, students, or guardians are required to secure first the duly filled up deposit slip from their respective AICS branch cashier or registrar before proceeding to the bank for payment. Direct payment to the bank without the proper official school document is strictly prohibited to ensure the correctness and further avoid delay and error in posting and updating the student's statement of account. Refund of fees. A student who withdraws from enrollment shall be charged the following: 800 pesos service charge if student withdraws before the start of classes. 50% of the total fees for the whole semester is due for payment if withdrawal is within the first week of classes. 75% of the total fees for the whole semester is due for payment if withdrawal is within the second week of classes. No refund of fees if withdrawal is after the second week of classes. Schedule of exams. Major exams. prelims, midterm, finals, departmental quizzes, semestral clearance, end of the semester, school obligations and monetary accountabilities must be fully settled and cleared. Students have to surrender their IDs since the validity is every end of the semester. Requirements for graduation. Complete academic requirements of the course. Original F137 for high school graduates. Original transcript of records for transferees. OJT certificate for completion of 300 hours. Request for credentials, fees. Transcript of records, 200 pesos. Diploma, 200 pesos. Note, provided with SO number issued by CHED or TESDA. Any certificates, 100 pesos. Adding, dropping, changing of subjects. Changing of subjects is allowed only during the second week after the start of classes. Changes must be approved both by the academic coordinator and/or the registrar and must be submitted to the accounting office for adjustment purposes. Dropping of course or subject will take effect only once approved by the school registrar.